All right, let's jump into this deep dive. We're looking at a specific source you sent us.
Mhm.
It's an excerpt focusing on President Trump giving the commencement speech at West Point.
That's right.
So let's unpack how this particular source presents that event.
Okay. Well, the first thing, the core action really, is pretty straightforward in the
Which
source.
is
It's President Donald Trump. He's speaking to the U.S. Military Academy
the
graduates.
commencement speaker.
Exactly, on a Saturday. That's the central fact it gives us.
Mm-hmm. But what's interesting, I think, is the context the source includes.
Ah,
It says quite explicitly, this happened amid the administration's crackdown on DEI and removal of key military leaders.
right. That specific framing.
And, we always need to stress this. We're just reporting what this source says.
Absolutely.
The way it decided to provide that context, linking the speech timing to those other actions. We're not adding anything or taking a side here.
No, definitely not. It's about how this one source connects those dots.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop there, does it? It adds some visual details, too, things that happened at the event.
Like what?
Well, it notes Trump was wearing a red Make America Great Again hat while speaking.
Yeah, a specific visual.
And it also mentions him bringing some graduates up onto the stage, praising them.
Ah, right. So specific actions during the speech itself.
Exactly. So these details, the hat, the graduates on stage, they're not just throwaway lines. They seem to be deliberate choices by the source in how it describes the scene.
So our goal here really for this deep dive is just to zero in on how this single source presents it all.
Correct.
We're looking at the details it shows to include the speech, obviously, but also that specific context it mentioned.
The DEI and leadership changes context.
Yes, and those visual bits like the hat, bringing the grads up, it's just about seeing the snapshot this one source provides.
Yeah. What picture does it paint using those specific elements?
Okay, so let's quickly recap what this source highlighted then.
Okay.
We've got President Trump's speech at West Point. That's central.
Yep. The commencement address.
Then there's the source's framing, placing it within that context of the DEI discussion and the military leader removals.
That explicit link it makes.
And finally, those specific details from the event itself, the red hat and the graduates being brought on stage.
And just to underline it again, this whole picture, this summary, it comes only from the source material you gave us.
Right.
It's just one way of seeing the event, a specific perspective shaped by the details included.
Exactly. By looking only at this source, we get its particular angle.
It's lens, essentially.
So thinking about that,
Mm-hmm.
this focus on how the source itself presents things,
Mhm.
it kind of leads to a final thought for you, the listener.
Mm-hmm.
Considering just the specific mix of details in this source, right?
Mm-hmm.
The speech, the visual of the hat, bringing graduates on stage, and the source choosing to explicitly mention those administrative actions around DEI and military leaders.
That whole combination it puts together.
Yeah, that specific package, what does that particular presentation as offered by this source make you think? Either about the event or maybe about the source's own perspective, something to ponder.